Have you ever thought that what you do, just 30 minutes after eating, could quietly influence how long you'll live? As we get older, it's natural to start paying more attention to what's on our plate. Less sugar, more fiber, controlled portions. But there's one important detail almost no one talks about: what you do after you eat. That 30-minute window right after a meal is incredibly valuable, and many people make mistakes during this time without even realizing it. Mistakes that can silently put stress on your digestive system, overwork your heart, and throw your overall health off balance. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 habits you should avoid in the 30 minutes after eating if you want to age with strength, clarity, and energy. And don't worry, these aren't complicated rules or obscure medical advice. These are simple but powerful shifts that help your body do what it's naturally trying to do: digest, absorb, and recover. Each small decision you make in this short window can help protect your organs, boost your metabolism, and even reduce your risk of chronic disease over time. So stick with us until the end, because learning what not to do after meals could be one of the most valuable longevity tips you'll ever hear. And sometimes, one change today can give you more years of health and vitality tomorrow. Number 1. Lying down right after eating. This is without a doubt one of the most common mistakes, especially after age 60. A lot of people think there's no harm in lying down right after lunch or dinner. After all, what's the harm in resting for a few minutes? But the truth is, this seemingly innocent habit can seriously disrupt how your body functions. Digestion depends heavily on gravity. The food you eat travels down your esophagus into your stomach and then moves through your intestines. But when you lie down too soon, especially flat on your back, that natural movement is interrupted. As we age, the muscles that help push food along, like the lower esophageal sphincter, can weaken. And if you lie down too quickly, stomach acid can creep back up into the esophagus, causing that uncomfortable burning sensation in your chest or throat. That's acid reflux. Not only is it unpleasant, but over time, it can lead to inflammation and more serious issues, and it doesn't stop there. When digestion is disrupted, your body struggles to absorb the nutrients from your food. That impacts your energy, your immune system, even your mental clarity. I remember Mr. Anderson, a retired truck driver I once spoke to. He was 72. Every day after lunch, he'd sink into his recliner to rest his back. But he kept complaining about heartburn, low energy, and that heavy, sluggish feeling. Once he started staying upright for just 30 minutes after eating, everything changed. His reflux improved, he felt lighter, and his energy returned. So here's the tip. If you need to rest, that's okay. Read a book, talk with someone, or simply relax but stay seated. Let gravity help your stomach do its job. And if you really need to lie down, wait at least 30 minutes, an hour if you can. This small change can make a huge difference. Because good digestion doesn't depend only on what's on your plate, it also depends on how you care for your body after you eat. And as time goes on, respecting those silent rhythms that keep us strong becomes more important than ever. Number 2. Exercising right after eating. There's a popular belief that going for a walk right after a meal helps with digestion. And in some cases, gentle movement can indeed support circulation and help ease that sluggish feeling. But here's the thing, especially after age 60, it's very easy to overdo it and end up doing more harm than good. If you go for a brisk walk or jump into physical activity immediately after eating, you might actually be interrupting the very process your body needs to function well. That's because after a meal, your body enters what's called the parasympathetic state, also known as the rest and digest phase. During this time, blood flow is redirected to your digestive system so that nutrients can be properly absorbed. But when you start moving vigorously, climbing stairs, walking fast, or doing any kind of exercise, your body is forced to redirect that blood back toward your muscles. What happens then? Your stomach and your muscles start fighting for energy. And in that battle, nobody wins. Digestion slows down, which can lead to bloating, cramps, or that heavy, uncomfortable feeling in your stomach. At the same time, your muscles aren't working efficiently either, because they're not getting the fuel they need. And this becomes even more important as we get older. Our circulatory system becomes less flexible, Our heart has to work harder, and our insulin response, which helps regulate blood sugar, can become less effective. Over time, these issues affect how we feel, how we age, and how long we stay strong. I remember Mrs. Caroline, 68 years old, who was always full of energy. Every evening after dinner, she would go for a brisk walk. She thought it was helping her stay in shape. But then she noticed something strange. She felt tired, a bit dizzy, and always had that tight feeling in her stomach. Once she decided to wait 30 to 45 minutes after eating before walking, everything changed. Her energy evened out, her digestion improved, and that fatigue disappeared. Now, this doesn't mean you should sit completely still like a statue. Quite the opposite. Washing dishes, swaying to some light music, or gently walking around the house are great ways to keep moving. The key is to stay gentle. Your movement should match what your body is asking for on the inside. It's a way of cooperating with your health. If you're ever unsure, just pause and ask yourself, do I still feel full? Is my heart racing? Is my breathing calm? If you feel any discomfort, your body might just be saying, give me a little more time. And trust me, giving your body those 30 extra minutes can transform how it absorbs nutrients, manages blood, sugar, and conserves energy. Longevity doesn't come just from moving more, it comes from moving at the right time. Honoring that rhythm is a wise decision. It's not about slowing down, it's about moving forward intelligently. Number 3, drinking large amounts of ice-cold water drinking. A big glass of ice-cold water right after a meal is a habit many people pick up early in life. On hot days, it even feels refreshing, almost irresistible. But what most people don't realize is that this seemingly harmless habit can quietly interfere with digestion. And over time, it can affect your energy, your immunity, and even your heart health. When you drink cold water right after eating, your body experiences a sudden temperature shift. Your stomach, which is already focused on breaking down food and absorbing nutrients, now has to deal with that shock. The blood vessels in your digestive system constrict, enzyme activity slows down, and fats, especially those from animal sources, begin to harden. All of this makes the digestive process slower, more difficult, and less efficient. And once you're past 60, that really matters. The digestive system naturally becomes more sensitive with age. It doesn't process food as quickly or as thoroughly as it used to. Even small obstacles like temperature changes can interfere with nutrient absorption and cause bloating, heaviness, or gas. I remember Mr. Samuel, a retired steelworker, now 74. He used to keep a thermal bottle of ice water on the table at every meal. He said it helped him feel more hydrated. But over time, he started noticing that he felt bloated for hours, had random stomach cramps, and his afternoon energy just disappeared. When he switched to warm water, or at least room temperature water, everything changed. His digestion became lighter, the discomfort faded, and his energy came back. It's important to understand, the problem isn't water. Staying hydrated is still essential for digestion, since water helps transport nutrients and keeps food moving through your system. What really matters is how much and how cold the water is. Drinking a large glass of ice water all at once, especially on a full stomach, creates unnecessary friction in a system that needs flow and calm. And when your stomach is already working hard, that sudden chill just adds more stress. So what's the better choice? Sip slowly. Choose room temperature or warm water when possible. Light herbal teas like chamomile, ginger, or mint can be great allies after meals. They help relax the digestive tract, reduce gas, and ease bloating. Even a small cup of warm water with lemon can make a noticeable difference. It might sound like a tiny detail, and maybe you'll never see this advice on a magazine cover, but over weeks and months, this small shift creates a more balanced and efficient inner environment, one that absorbs nutrients better, fights inflammation, and protects your brain and heart. In the end, how we treat our digestion says a lot about how we treat ourselves. If we rush it, neglect it, or overload it, it will let us know. But if we treat it with care, attention, and kindness, it will return the favor day after day with more strength, more comfort, and more vitality. Number 4, taking a shower immediately after eating. For many people, especially as the years go by, A warm shower after a meal feels like the perfect moment of comfort. It's a way to relax the body, ease joint pain, and get ready for the rest of the day or a peaceful night's sleep. But what most people don't realize is that jumping into the shower right after eating can quietly disrupt digestion and, over time, interfere with the absorption of nutrients your body needs to stay strong and healthy. Let's take a look at what's happening inside your body. After a meal, your digestive system takes charge. Blood flow shifts to your stomach, intestines, liver and pancreas to help break down food and absorb nutrients. But the moment you step into a hot shower, your skin starts calling for more blood flow too. Your body tries to regulate its temperature by sending blood to the surface, and that's where the conflict begins. The blood your digestive organs need is being pulled away to help cool the skin. This redistribution may seem small, but for someone over 60 it can have noticeable effects. Slower digestion, a feeling of heaviness, sudden fatigue, and even sleep disturbances later on. I think of Mrs. Helena, a retired teacher now 76. She used to take a hot shower every night right after dinner, believing it helped her relax before bed. But she often woke up in the middle of the night feeling bloated, gassy, and uncomfortable. It wasn't until her doctor suggested waiting 30 to 45 minutes after eating before showering that things changed. Her digestion improved, her sleep became more peaceful, and her body finally felt in sync. The message here isn't never take a shower after a meal. It's simply give it a little time. Give your body at least half an hour to handle what's most urgent, processing your food. And if you're looking for ways to unwind after a meal without disrupting digestion, there are other gentle options. You could sit comfortably by a window, listen to soft music, or read something light. These simple rituals can be just as soothing. Without pulling blood away from your digestive center, your warm shower can absolutely stay in your routine. Just let it be a reward after your body has finished its work, not a challenge it has to juggle in the middle of the process. This small pause, this act of honoring your own rhythm, is another way to age wisely, because when we take care of what's happening inside, those systems take care of us in return. Number 5. Getting stressed or dealing with problems right after eating. It's common that right after a meal we go straight into task mode. We pick up our phone, read a stressful message, start thinking about bills, or even get into a tough conversation with someone at home. It feels like a normal part of the day. But this small moment of tension can have a direct and often invisible impact on your health. Most people don't realize it, but digestion isn't just a physical process. It's deeply connected to your nervous system. When you're calm and relaxed, your body shifts into what doctors call the rest and digest mode. It's the ideal state for your stomach, intestines, liver, and pancreas to do their work efficiently. But the moment stress shows up, a deadline, a financial worry, a disagreement, or even a fast-paced game that raises your heartbeat, your body switches modes. It goes into fight or flight. And in that emergency mode, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. They're helpful in a crisis, but terrible for digestion. They slow it down, stop the release of important enzymes, and even reduce blood flow to the stomach. That's when issues show up: gas, bloating, poor digestion, sugar spikes. And over time, your pancreas and immune system can start to suffer too. I remember Mr. Thomas, 80 years old, a retired teacher. He had a habit of opening his bills and reading bank letters while eating lunch. He thought he was being practical, handling two things at once. But then he started feeling bloated after meals, nauseous and unusually tired. His doctor couldn't find anything wrong, only when he decided to eat in peace and wait 30 minutes before facing stressful tasks. Everything changed. His digestion improved, his energy returned, and life just flowed more easily. Your emotional state after meals doesn't just affect your mood, it affects your health. There's nothing wrong with solving problems, but timing matters. Give your body a little pause, breathe, be present. Let it finish the job of digestion. Choose calm instead of pressure. Choose presence instead of productivity. Choose peace instead of conflict. This quiet space you create after eating doesn't just support your digestion. It nourishes your heart, your brain, and your entire sense of well-being. And over time, this simple habit might become one of your most powerful tools for longevity. Now, as we come to the end of today's video, I want to remind you of something important. The small decisions you make after a meal shape the future of your health. Which one of these habits caught your attention the most? Have any of them been part of your routine without you even realizing? Everyone wants to live longer. But more than that, we want to live better, with clarity in the mind, strength in the body, and peace in our everyday rhythm. And many times, that doesn't depend on fancy diets or expensive supplements. It comes from simple choices: not lying down too soon, not rushing to solve everything, not overloading your body right after eating. Maybe you're thinking, but I've done it this way my whole life and that's okay. The beauty of awareness is that it allows us to try something new. You don't have to change everything overnight. Pick just one habit. Try it after your next meal. Give your body that time, that space, that breath. And if it feels good, keep going. Every quiet choice you make to respect your body helps not just your digestion, but also your brain, your energy, your sleep, and your longevity. It's like saying to yourself, I'm still taking care of you. And that small act of kindness, repeated day after day, builds a kind of health you might not see right away, but you'll definitely feel. You've already lived through so much. You've seen many trends come and go, but real wisdom lies in understanding what truly works, and trusting that life is transformed not by big leaps, but by small, steady steps done with intention. Thank you for being here with us today. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these 5 habits do you want to change first? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone dear, and subscribe to our channel, Health and Vigor to Heal Every Pain.